Hi, it's Elizabeth from Town Valley Motorhomes, and today we'll be doing the handover video of the Auto Trail F62. Just behind your driver's door, the first thing you'll come to is your hookup point. So when you want to connect your cable to the vehicle, you just want to lift the collar, align it to the outside of the van, and then just gently push it on. And you've got your cable secured to your vehicle. Always connect your cable to the vehicle first and then the mains, and then when disconnecting, disconnect from the mains and then the vehicle, so you're never walking around with a live lead. Underneath your hookup point, underneath the van, you've got your dirty water drain off point. So to open it, you just want to turn the handle around, and then if you've got dirty water in the dirty water tank, it'll all drain out here. You want to do this when you're leaving a site, so you're not travelling home with the extra weight, but also when you're winterising your vehicle, because you don't want any water left in the water tanks through the winter months. So just in front of your back wheel on the underside of the vehicle, you've got your fresh water drain off point. So it's the same as the dirty water, you just twist the handle around and your fresh water will drain out. So you can do this when you're leaving a site, drain off most of your fresh water so you reduce the payload. But also when you're winterising your vehicle, you don't want any water left in the tanks through winter to freeze and cause frost damage. So you can leave both taps open through the winter months. Further down from your hookup point, we've got your freshwater inlet point. So you want a hose pipe and some adapters, as some sites just provide the brass taps. You don't want to put your hose pipe through there, fill up your freshwater tank, and then when you're done, make sure you lock your freshwater cap with the key so no one can tamper with your fresh water. And then we've got your gas locker. So this will hold 2 6-kilogram gas bottles. You always want to make sure that you strap them in with the straps just so they don't rattle around when you're travelling. And then this one is a hand tighten pigtail, so it's left to tighten, right to loosen, and you just need your hand, you don't need a spanner or anything. And then to turn it on and off, it's just this dial up here. Just above your back wheel is your toilet cassette locker. So if your blade on the inside of the toilet is closed, you can just pull this blue lever up and slide your cassette out. And to empty, you just unscrew the cap, tip it up, and at the same time you want to press this little blue button. This just allows some air in and stops it from glugging when you're emptying your cassette. Once it's emptied, you want to give it a good swirl around with some clean water, empty out again, and then pop some blue or green liquid in your cap, down the spout, and then you can pop it back in, ready for use again. At the back of the vehicle, you've got your reversing camera at the top, and then you've got your 2 fuel bike rack bars if you wanted a bike rack fitting at a later date. And then you've got your rear lights. At the back on the passenger side, you've got your garage, which currently has your carpets in. Just above your back wheel, you've got your external barbecue point. So you've got your adapter here, and then you'll need a length of hose to connect to your paddock or barbecue. Then once you've got your gas bottle turned on, you've got a flow of gas through the vehicle, you'll be able to turn this red handle here. So you can see off is horizontal, on is vertical, and then you'll be able to have your gas flowing through to your barbecue or paddock. Just in front of your habitation door, you've got your external to the internal storage locker, along with your 2 leisure batteries. Just on the outside of your passenger door, you've got your diesel and AdBlue. If you go to petrol stations where they take Arctic lorries, you'll find that AdBlue is cheaper on the pump than if you buy it in drums. And then so to open the bonnet, you want your ignition key, and you just pop it in the front here, and then you turn left to release, and then turn it right, and at the same time lift your bonnet up to open. So under the bonnet, the main things you want to focus on is your screen washer fluid, you've got your oil, you've got your dipstick, and then on the other side you've got your engine coolant, and then your positive and negative down there if you need to give or receive a jump start. First thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel on. So you just turn the on button, and then from here you've got your internal light switch. That's your main control, so from the rest of the van you'll be able to turn the lights on and off through individual rocker switches. You've then got your water pump. You've got your awning light here. And then you can see different levels. So you've got your water tank levels, battery, temperature, and a few other settings here. And then that's just your back arrow. So to use your heating and hot water, you've got your heating dials and then your hot water dials here. So on the outside is your temperature. So the little snowflake is about 5 degrees and it will go all the way up to about 30. And then you can heat your heating on gas, electric, or gas and electric. So it's the blue at the minute, but when it's working, it'll turn orange and it'll mean that your heating is on. And again, same for your hot water. You've got gas setting and then electric, and you can turn it on gas, on electric, or both. If by accident you turn your main control panel off before you switch these off individually and you get a little exclamation mark here, you can just reset it by pressing this button, holding it down until the exclamation mark goes. When you want to bring your drop down bed down, you want to make sure your key is horizontal. If it's vertical, it's turned off and you won't be able to use the buttons to bring the bed up or down. So if you press the down button, you'll see that the bed comes down. And then to climb up into bed, you just want to grab the ladders that are in the cupboard and then align the hooks to here and you'll be able to climb into bed. So here we've got your 3 gas burner hobs working. Just remember that once you've turned them off, let the metal fully cool before you put the glass lid down, otherwise it will shatter. Here's your oven working on gas. Here's your grill working on gas. Here we've got the hot water running. You might just be able to see the steam, but it is hot and up to temperature. In the bathroom you've got your shower. And you've also got a drying rail so you can hang your towels and your wet clothing. And then got a nice big mirror just above your sink. And you've got your cupboards and shelves. And then you've got your toilet so you can spin the bowl around to give yourself a little bit more leg room. And then to flush, you want to make sure you've got your water pump turned on, and then you should press the blue button. And to open your blade, just pull the grey lever across. Just always make sure that you shut the blade after use and close the lid just to stop any smells coming through the vehicle, and also to allow access to the cassette on the outside to be able to pull it out. So under the seat where your travelling seats are, you've got your boiler drain down. There's this yellow toggle here. To drain your boiler, you just push it towards the front of the vehicle and this will drain all the water out of the boiler. At the same time, you want to drain your kitchen and bathroom taps just to make sure there's no water left in the pipes as well. It's especially important to do this during the winter months so you don't get any frost damage. But if you are leaving a holiday site and you're not using the van for a couple of months, it's a good idea just to drain it down out of habit to stop the water going stagnant. Just above your boiler drain down switch, you've got your electric boiler switch. So here, if this is off, you won't be able to heat your hot water with the electric. However, if you turn it on, you'll be able to switch your boiler on and use the electric instead of gas. Under the bench behind your driver's seat, you've got your power supply unit. So you've got your fuses. It's always a good idea to take some spare fuses with you, just in case anything blows. You can replace it easily, so you're not left without a fridge or your lights working when you're on holiday. And then next to it is your trip switch. If you ever need to trip the van, you just press this button here. And then if the van trips, if it trips, it means there's something within the vehicle that's got an issue. However, if it doesn't trip, it means there's a power with this supply coming into the vehicle. And then when you're winterizing your vehicle, if you don't want anything draining the leisure battery, you can just push this button and it turns all the electrical supplies off within the vehicle. Here's your 2 leisure batteries. So you've got one in the box above the floor, and then you've also got one under the floorboards. So to use your fridge, you just want to hold the on button down until all your lights come on. And then from here, use the square button, hold and press until the section you want flashes. So for your energy source, you can have it on automatic, just hook up, just your vehicle battery, or just gas. If you have an auto, it will pick the best power supply it has at the current moment. And then if you hold the button down again, you can get to temperature. So here you can see that the temperature bars are flashing. So you use your arrows to go up or down. 1 bar is the sort of warmest and 5 is the coldest setting. 5 can sometimes freeze your food, so when you've got it frozen, got it to temperature, and then you put your food in, put it to about 3, and it'll be cold enough to keep your food cold and fresh. To make the lower bed up in the front lounge, the first thing you want to do is just remove all the cushions. So once you've moved all the cushions, you then want to grab 2 extra pieces of board from inside the cupboard and just pop them on the side there. And then you also want to remove this bigger piece and just pop it to one side. And then you want to just grab the base and just slide it out as far as it'll go. And then you want to grab the smaller piece from inside the cupboard and just place it on top here. You then want to grab the slightly larger piece and then slide it into place. So it looks like this. And you want to come to the other side, remove the 2 straps, and then slide the base out. And then you want to just remove this top piece of wood that just slides out, and then put the supporting leg down, push it all the way down, and then you can put your extra piece of wood back in. And then behind your backrest cushion, you'll find this extra piece of wood that just slots into the gap that's left. And then you want to grab the last piece of wood and just pop it into the last gap that's left over. So once you've got the base of the bed all set up, you can then put the cushions back. So you can start off with your travelling seat cushion first. Put the other travelling seat cushion back in just so you don't get tangled up in the seat belts. And then you want to put your lounge cushions back in their original position. You then want to put your 2 larger base cushions on the other side, and then the gap that's left, just fill it in with the 2 backrest cushions that were originally there. And as you can see, there's a slight little gap, so you just want to get your extra filler cushion from the cupboard and just push it between your 2 cushions. And there you've got the bottom bed all made up. You can get a mattress topper just to make it slightly more comfortable, as there are a few bumps and ridges due to the pillows and cushions. To make your bed back into the lounge, just reverse the process. So when using your radio, you can have normal radio, or you can have DAB. And then you can scroll through a couple of different radio stations. You can also connect your phone through Bluetooth. And then you've also got Android links, and then you've got your reversing camera here as well. And then you also have your navigation. And then below you've got your air controls, so you've got your fan speed, you've got your temperature here, and you've got a few other different settings, and then you've got your hazards, you've got your 12 volt, a USB, and then you've got your automatic gear stick here. And then on your steering wheel you've got your indicators and your full beam on the left, and then you've got your wiper settings the right. You've got your cruise control on the left here, and then on the right you can flick through different settings on your dash.